What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 Marvel Legends MCU figures of 2024. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, so before I get into number 5, there were not many MCU figures released this year. And after going back and looking, majority of them were repaints or re-releases. No, they were not even repaints. They were re-releases basically in a more consumer-friendly packaging from several years ago that just they wanted to get on the shelves. I don't know why there weren't many MCU releases. Let's go ahead and get into number 5. Number 5 on the list is going against my rules, and I never include a figure that I don't have in my hand on a list. This time I'm going to. But to offset that, we will unofficially call Headpool number 5 on the list. But the true number 5 is the Outriders 2-pack from Amazon. I do not own this yet. I want to get like 3 or 4 of these 2-packs. I think this is a much needed army builder from the MCU that we do not see a lot. I just don't have it in hand yet. And I didn't want to pay aftermarket pricing, and then it goes in and out of stock on Amazon. It has just been an absolute disaster. But the official number 5 spot on the list goes to the Outriders 2-pack. The unofficial number 5, we'll call it Headpool, and we'll just throw him in the background for the sake of the video. Coming in at number 4 on the list is going to be none other than Casual Logan from Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, I just did a review of this figure along with the other ones in the wave, and it's a solid figure. It is a nice casual attire Logan from him and his just the most depressed time in his life, in the bar, drinking some bourbon, drinking some whiskey, whatever it is that you want him to be doing. But this is how I'm gonna have Logan posed on my shelf, and it's just a solid casual attire figure. But then you know the backstory of why he has the Wolverine gloves in his coat pocket, and then why he has the Wolverine shoes on. It looks stupid at first, but then you get to understand, and that is the reason behind that. But Logan is going to come in at number 4 on my top 5 MCU figures of 2024. Coming in at number 3 is everybody's favorite Big Russian from Deadpool, and we barely saw him in the 3rd movie, but I'm going to go with the Deluxe Colossus. I'm going to have to put him way in the background just so he fits in frame. That figure is mental. I've wanted Colossus ever since the very first movie in 2016. That was 8 freaking years ago. I wanted a Colossus when Deadpool 2 came out. That didn't happen. Who would have thought it would take this long to get a Colossus figure? And we finally got it. He comes with an additional head, a couple additional hands. He comes with a book that you can hold there, which is like the rules for X-Men. And I love it a lot. It is a welcome addition to the collection, and it was definitely a missing piece. So Colossus is coming in at number 3 on my list. Coming in at number 2, and 2 and 1 are kind of interchangeable, and I think you guys know the direction that this is going, but that's just how it's gonna go. Coming in at number 2 is Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, this figure is phenomenal. People complained about it having these sleeves because he doesn't wear the mask with the full suit, but he doesn't wear the sleeves when he's wearing the mask. People complained about it. It is relatively a simple fix. I talked about it in my review of these figures, and once you do it, it's kind of awesome, and I definitely recommend it to whoever is considering it. But when you have it the way that he looked in the final battle, that is a solid figure. Both of these are, and I think both of them are welcome additions to the collection, but I'm counting the official one on the left right here, the number 2 spot on the list. Now, so far on this list, we've already seen a custom figure essentially, and then I've included a figure that I don't even have, the 2-pack I don't even have, and it's a little rocky. You guys know most of my lists, I don't include a figure unless I have it. And number 1 is a figure I definitely have, and I definitely want another version of it. And that is none other than the titular character from the Deadpool trilogy, Wade Wilson himself. The only thing that could have made this figure better is if they included a Ryan Reynolds head sculpt, and we don't have one yet for some reason, and I don't know why, but this Deadpool figure is insane. And I don't know like if describing it comes across well. Sometimes the figure just feels good in the hand, and when it feels good in the hand, the body, like the figure poses easily. You feel the detail on the figure. Everything about it is great, and that's just what this figure is. It moves very fluid despite having all of the buckles and pouches and everything that you would expect on a Deadpool figure, and it doesn't hinder it whatsoever. And then in my review, I talked about where I got these gold deagles from and a whole accessory pack for Deadpool. Right here, actually. Everything you need. It is a perfect figure. And the 3 figures from that line were all perfect. I don't know how Colossus managed to just slip in between a couple of them, but that's just how it is. This is a very X-Men heavy MCU figure list, and nobody ever thought that we would actually be able to say that. But the rest of the figures for the year were just re-releases. Venom, there was a Bruce Banner, there was a Black Widow, there was Iron Spider, there was another Iron Man, there was... like, that was it. And I don't know if you want to consider Across the Spider-Verse figures as MCU canon, because it is, but it's not at the same time. It's kind of confusing because we saw the whole cameo with Childish Gambino playing Prowler, and then he never had the suit in the like Homecoming movie, but he had the suit in the cameo and Across the Spider-Verse. It doesn't make much sense. So I don't know if you want to consider that or not, but they will be in the honorable mentions list on my comic Marvel Legends figures of 2024, so definitely go check that out. But that is the entirety of my list for 2024 for the MCU figures. Number 5 is the Outriders, and then we'll throw Headpool in there. Number 4 is Casual Logan in the background. Number 3 is Colossus. Number 2 is Wolverine. And number 1 is Deadpool himself. I love all of these figures. I cannot recommend them enough. If you guys are considering picking them up, definitely do it. Because I consider, I have a feeling a lot of these will go up in pricing, which is a shame. But that's just the way the toy collecting world goes. But that is going to be it for today's video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And last but not least, take it easy.